Welcome to Students Against Drug Abuse, the podcast that raises awareness about teen drug use and how we can work together to prevent it. I'm Abby, and today we're diving into a crucial topic. Why do Malaysian secondary students turn to drugs? To help us unpack this issue, two special guests, Kaden and Winshen, two students who are researching teen substance abuse. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Abigail. This is an incredibly important discussion, especially for parents and educators who want to protect their youth. And don't worry, I promise not to sound too much like a boring lecturer.
And I promise not to sound too depressing. But in all seriousness, I'm glad we're having this conversation.
Great to have you both here. Drug abuse among teens isn't just about making bad choices. They're also influenced by psychological and environmental factors. Let's start with a big question. Why do teenagers use drugs?
There are several reasons. Some teenagers take drugs for euphoria, the high. Then, there's peer pressure. If their friends are experimenting with substances, they might feel pressure to join just to fit in. And, of course, curiosity. Teens are naturally inclined to try new things, especially if they see drug glorified in media and pop culture.
Many teens also use drugs to cope. Maybe they're struggling with academic pressure, family expectations, or mental health issues. You get the idea. They just want an escape, even if it's temporary. Unfortunately, that escape can turn into addiction in a blink of an eye.
And let's talk about the environment. How does home and school life impact a teen's likelihood of using drugs?
The home environment is one of the biggest influences. If a teen grows up in a household where drug abuse is normalized, or they have family who abuses substances, the chance of them experimenting increases significantly. Take Robert Downey Jr. for example. He started using drugs as a child because his father introduced him to them. That kind of early exposure can have lifelong consequences.
School is another major factor. The teen in a high-pressure academic setting, they might use stimulants to stay awake and study longer. Or if they're struggling socially, they might start using just to feel accepted. Saying no can feel impossible when everyone around you is saying yes.
And then comes the media. Celebs, influencers, and even TV shows make drug use seem normal, sometimes even glamorous.
I know, right? When a celebrity openly posts about substance use or partying with drugs, teens start thinking, if they are doing it, maybe it's not that bad. But what they don't see is the struggle that comes later. Addiction, health issues, and even legal trouble.
Because apparently, if you're not hitting the gym while taking questionable supplements, you're not doing it right.
Right? And let's not forget, just because something is trending on TikTok doesn't mean it's a good idea. Otherwise, we'd all be out here eating laundry detergent pods.
If I see one more influencer say it's just a little something to take the edge off, I'm going to lose it. The only thing taking my edge off is a good nap.
And maybe a cup of chamomile tea. Not something that you ban you in rehab.
On a serious note, one of the biggest reasons teens turn to drugs is mental health struggles. Anxiety, depression, trauma, and the list goes on.
Some teens use drugs as a way to escape their emotions. They might feel overwhelmed by stress, loneliness, or trauma, and substances become a coping mechanism. The problem is, drugs don't solve anything. They just create new problems.
I can tell you that many teens don't even realize they're self-medicating. They just know that when they take something, they feel happier. But soon, they need more to get that same effect. And that's how addiction starts.
Let's delve into the normalization of drug use. Since we're in the topic, it seems like in some circles, doing drugs isn't even seen as a big deal anymore.
Exactly. Social media and the current modern culture itself plays a role in making drug use look normal or even cool. Now, teens are exposed to it constantly online. If their favorite celebrity talks about something just to chill, that message sticks.
And then you have the whole soft drug narrative where people say, oh, it's just weed, or it's not that serious, but that's dangerous thinking. What starts as just experimenting can quickly spiral into I'm the experiment.
Just because something is common doesn't mean it's harmless. If I hear one more person say, it's natural bro, I'm losing it. Poison ivy is natural too, but you don't see people rolling it up and smoking it.
Exactly. Maybe I should...
Don't even think about it.
Well, this has been an incredibly eye-opening conversation. Thank you so much for joining us today, Kaden and Winshen.
Thank you. I hope this helps parents and educators better understand the challenges teens face.
I'd come back anytime for the coffee.
That's a wrap for this episode of SADA. If you found this discussion helpful, don't forget to like and share this podcast. Let's work together to keep our youth safe. Thanks for listening.